City Power here in Johannesburg is cutting off illegal connections in Alexandra Township. On their last visit, officials were outnumbered by protesting residents and had to abandon the operation. eNCA's Nkosazana Dambuza is on the ground there and joins us live for an update. And Nkosazana, it's always tense when these operations are being carried out because, you know, residents don't usually take too kindly to being cut off from the electricity supply, the illegal electricity supply connections. How has the operation, proceeded this morning?
Well, Tulas, I can tell you that the situation is very volatile. It's been a very dramatic morning as police fired rubber bullets and stun grenades to disperse a crowd of angry residents in River Park, which is one part of Alex, who were throwing rocks at the JMPD officers and City Power technicians because they were upset about the operation that City Power is conducting in the area to remove illegal connections. But I'm just going to step out of shot because the situation is rather getting intense here. Tulas, just up this road from where we're standing now, there is a group of residents in the area who have gathered on a London road. They are burning tires now, and they are actually throwing rocks as well towards our direction in resistance to this operation that City Power is conducting to remove the illegal connections that run into the informal settlements. I can tell you that this morning City Power began cutting illegal connections. I'm just going to ask my colleague to move closer with me towards the crowd so that we can get a better view of the action that is happening just up the road. This morning City Power began cutting illegal connections and cables that connect into the informal settlements here without warning the residents, and that of course caused them to just go up in arms, and they were then accusing the City Power spokesperson Isaac Mangena of making false promises to them. They say that the last time such an operation was done here in April, they say City Power promised that they wouldn't return to this community to remove illegal connections, and that City Power would instead provide them with a legal power supply, which never really materialized to this day. They are still awaiting response or an update from City Power as to what will happen with their electricity. And the last time as well that City Power conducted this operation, they were actually forced to withdraw from this operation because the police officers as well as the City Power technicians were outnumbered by the residents, who began protesting as they are doing today and burning tires in resistance to the operation. And of course officers had to use excessive force in this instance, as they've been forced to do today.
So how much progress did they make, Nkosazana, today compared to previous occasions? I did see from your live feed earlier on that it seemed they were cutting off some of those power lines that were attached to electricity lampposts. Did they make a lot of progress, or some progress, or not much progress at all?
This morning I saw them able to cut a few cables that run into some of the informal settlements in the area. But to tell us more on how much progress City Power has made, I'm joined by City Power spokesperson Isaac Mangena. Can you just give us an idea of how much more progress City Power was able to make today in terms of disconnecting illegal connections in the area as compared to last time, where you were forced to withdraw the operation?
Yeah, obviously we had to basically regroup and ensure that we re-strategize properly. So we managed to do what we wanted to do. We cut off electricity at the River Park flats and also along the London Road, where we've got dangerous situations. Basically, you saw for yourself bare cables that are actually running in the fields where children are supposed to be playing. So we did cut off there, but obviously there is some resistance, as you saw, as you can see even behind me, and also at River Park where we were. People are actually not happy about what we are doing, but obviously that's illegality. There are reasons we are not only losing a lot of money, but also there are people that have actually died because of these illegal connections. They got electrocuted.
Absolutely, Isaac, and I just have to address the elephant in the room. These residents that I spoke to earlier are accusing you specifically of making false promises. They say that City Power last time when they came here, they promised that they wouldn't return to remove more illegal connections, but instead to provide them with a legal source of power. What is your response to this?
That is not true. What we said that time was that for them to get proper legal electricity, there are processes that we can try to facilitate. City Power comes at the tail end of this issue of electrification. We get obviously approval from Department of Housing and others, but then also the land where the illegal connections go to, those flats, belongs to the province, Gauteng province. So for us as the city of Johannesburg to provide services there, we'll have to get approvals from the province. We have to get a proclamation from Department of Housing so that we are able to do. We cannot provide electricity to an area that belongs to a private individual, for example, or maybe it's dangerous to stay, it's not good for human settlements. So that's what we said we will try to do. The office of the MMC, Mr. Mpomo Erani, actually facilitated that process, and that process is still currently underway with the city of, with provincial government and other role players, so that the people that do not have electricity, we can be able to provide them with those services.
Thank you so much. Isaac Mangena there from City Power. I will tell you, Tulas, that it looks like the situation will get more intense as the day progresses, because the community members here are absolutely unhappy with this operation that City Power is conducting. They are fighting back, saying that they want their illegal connections kept to remain in place, or for a legal source of power to be provided to them.
All right, thank you for that. Nkosazana Dambuza live for us in Alexandra Township.